Video games. They're pretty cool. They're better than food, water, shelter, especially companionship. I mean, I haven't even seen my family in like 11 days because I was too busy playing Overwatch, locked away in my room. So yeah, they're pretty much better than everything. And if you don't think so, then you're pretty much just a Nazi terrorist from Mars who doesn't know anything and is super dumb. Anyway, I, a random 15-year-old boy on the internet, am basically socially obligated to rank the 10 best video games of all time ever, so I'm gonna do that today. Yay! Please don't go away, I swear it gets better. So number 10 on my list is a game called Battletoads made by Reroll in the 1980s. Now, one complaint that a lot of video games nowadays get, at least in the modern day, is that they're way too easy. Too many lives are given, there are no lives at all, too many checkpoints. Basically, every single video game nowadays is terrible because they're super easy. With the exceptions of Super Meat Boy, Dark Souls, and Cuphead, but anyway, Rare, though, they made a really good game back in the 80s that's super hard, and it's pretty good, because it's hard. Because that's all you need a game to be. If it's challenging, then it's automatically good. No questions asked. So, yeah, at the very least, as much as we hate video games nowadays, we can always go back to Battletoads. Assuming you can get past the 3rd level, and then the 4th level, and then the 5th level, and then the 6th. Number 9 on the list is a real doozy, if I do say so myself. It's a little indie sort of FPS shooter game called BioShock, made for the PS3 and the Xbox 2. Now, BioShock is a pretty good game, very well received, perfect scores all across the board from many people. And I have to agree. It's got great shooting, the graphics pretty good, gameplay all around is really nice, feels really good. Now, one thing that some people really like is the story, but I didn't really get into it because I was too busy shooting splicers in the head with shotguns. I think, from what I remember, the story was you're like this soldier that is coming back home from Vietnam, and you discover Atlantis, the lost city of Atlantis, and you have to save these little girls, these little zombie girls from these evil scuba men, which, by the way, are totally pedophiles. I mean, like, they're called Big Daddies, so... Anyway, BioShock is pretty good. It's the 9th game, best game of all time. Let's move on, yay! Number 8 on the list is a video game for the original PlayStation 2, called Katamari Damacy. In Katamari Damacy, you play as this prince who has to roll up all these different trees and humans and other wacky objects for his dad, who happens to be the king of all the universe. And he wants to turn all those objects into stars. Don't ask me. I don't know. It was made by Japan, so... take that for what you will. To play Katamari Damacy, you have to use your sticky balls to roll up small objects until said sticky balls get super big and are able to be turned into stars by the prince's dad, the king of all cosmos. Now, the ball physics are really well done. Every time I play the game, I always have to think to myself, oh boy, these ball physics are super cool. I'm a loser! Okay, so number 7 on the list is gonna be a bit controversial, but nonetheless, I have to say that Mario Teaches Typing is the 7th best game of all time ever made, and I don't care what you think, you're wrong. Anyway, typing nowadays is a skill that pretty much everybody needs to know and already does know, because it's so popular. Like, your grandma knows how to type, your baby sister knows how to type, heck, even the Amish probably know how to type. It's that widespread knowledge, how to type, that is. Now, Mario Teaches Typing teaches little kids how to type, which is a super helpful skill, so it's already winning points with me on that front. Plus, the game features Mario, who, by the way, is the best video game character of all time. Don't care what you say, it's objectively true in every sense of the word. So, you take typing and Mario, and you combine them together. It's basically the best of both worlds. So, yeah, there you go. Number 7 on the list. Let's go straight to number 6. Number 6 is going to be a bit of a blast from the past because it's going to be a tie between the first 2 Pokemon games to ever be released on the Game Boy, which of course are Pokemon Fire Red and Water Blue. Now, A lot of people would say that there are way more better Pokemon games like Emerald or Silver or, I don't know, Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. Those are the most recent. But to anybody that says those things, obviously doesn't know what the word nostalgia means. Now, nostalgia is the one thing that makes games good that aren't actually good by today's standards, but it actually makes them good by today's standards. I know how to say words. But there are these people called Gen 1ers that will swear on their life that the original 2 Pokemon games to be released on Game Boy are the best 2 and way better than any of the new ones, despite the fact that the new ones have new features like Pokemon breeding and contests and online battles. All of that doesn't matter in the slightest, because they're not the original games. The original games are better because of the fond memories that these Gen 1ers had. So, for those reasons alone, Pokemon Red and Blue get number 6 on the list. Best games of all time, the 6th best. Moving on, number 5, funnily enough, is Elder Scrolls V Skyrim. Now, if there's one genre to define the 2010s nowadays, in the 2010s, would probably be open world games. Like, there's always at least one open world game to come out every single year. For 2015, it was The Witcher 3. For 2016, it was Final Fantasy 15. For 2017, even Nintendo made their own open world game in The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. But in 2011, we had Skyrim, with a huge open world and plenty of places to go, from towns, mines, dungeons, Gotham City, the Grand Canyon, Mushroom Kingdom, and so on. The Elder Scrolls V is a huge, massive game with plenty of stuff to do, great RPG mechanics, and it can last you a great while, and every second of it will be enjoyable. So number 5, Skyrim. Okay, moving on. For number 6 on the list, nope, it's number 4. Oops. Number 4 on the list is Sonic 06. That's right, Sonic 06 is actually one of the best games of all time, and I'm about to tell you why right now. Okay, so in all seriousness, Sonic 06 is a huge pile of crap that no one should ever have to endure. It's got glitches up the wazoo, it's got a terrible story, it's got bestiality. But you know what? I think that those things that make Sonic 06 terrible actually make the game really good. You know how people love to say that movies like The Room and Birdemic are actually really bad, but they're so bad that they're actually quite enjoyable? Well, I think that Sonic 06 holds the same thingy. It's the same thing. Same situation. Now, we all love the game for its glitches. We love it when Silver says, "It's no use!" for like that 1,000 times. We love it all. At least I think people love it for that kind of stuff. Hey, do people actually like Sonic 06 for how bad it is? No? Screw it, I'm gonna say it anyway. Anyway, if people say that Sonic 06 is so bad that it's good, which they may or may not actually do, if it's one of the worst games of all time, then doesn't that mean it's actually one of the best games of all time? Okay, so coming into the final stretch, we got Uncharted 2 Among Thieves. Or maybe it's Honor Among Thieves. I don't know. One's a Sly Cooper subtitle and one's an Uncharted subtitle. But we're talking about Uncharted 2. Just clarifying. Yeah. It's a game about this character called Nathan Snake, who I think has to kill what looks like the Terminator. I've never seen the Terminator, but I think that's what he is. So, with great shooting, great characters, great story, great climbing mechanics. Overall, it's just a really good game, and definitely deserving of the 3rd best game of all time. So before we move on to number 1, I've got a few honorable mentions that I want to mention in an honorable fashion, because, I don't know if you've noticed, but there are way more than 10 good games on this face of the earth, so I'm gonna mention them. Alright, so firstly we have Undertale, which is a game that came out in 2015 and was really only popular in 2015. probably had something to do with the fan base, though I don't think personally that the fan base ruined Undertale. I mean, it's just a bunch of people on DeviantArt and people that wrote fan fiction. I don't think a fan base should be able to determine the quality of a- Never mind, moving on! So up next is Pixels, which technically, literally, is a movie about video games and not a video game itself, but it has video games in it. I guess it's an Adam Sandler movie, so it's not really that good. It really isn't that good. So, moving on? Yeah, moving on. Next, we've got a time-honored classic for the Nintendo Wii called Donkey Kong Barrel Blast. It's so good that everyone loves it. Even you love it. Even your grandma loves it. Even your grandma's grandma loves it, and she wasn't even alive to play the game. It's that good! Anyway, everyone loves it, and it's amazing, and so that's why it's one of the best. Not one of the 10 best, but definitely one of the best. Next honorable mention, we got Just Dance. Again, it's another game for the grandmas, you know? It's a little casual fun, you know? I'm pretty sure that more old people have played Wii Sports over Just Dance. So there you go, Wii Sports, also another one. Next! Last game on the list of honorable mentions that are slightly below the actual list is Babysitting Mama. Now, Babysitting Mama revolutionized and put the babysitting video game genre on the map. It put it right on the map. Then again, I don't think there are any notable babysitting video games nowadays, or anything that came before or after it. But it's still pretty good, if you're dumb. But I'm dumb, so I like it. Okay, so the top game of all time is... It's a tie between Final Fantasy VII and The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. Anyway, that was my list. Hopefully you all enjoyed yourselves. Hopefully you enjoyed me. And hopefully you'll click that subscribe button and that like button and ring the bell so that you're notified of my latest uploads. Anyway, good night! Oh, and also, number 2 is Minecraft. Minecraft is the bomb. Yeah, sorry I didn't include it in the right order, but number 2, Minecraft. Good night, everyone!